What's going on, y'all? It's your boy WiscoReaction coming at you with another reaction video. Gotta switch it up. If you guys haven't already, please be sure to smash that like button down below, hit that sub, and flip them notifications over to all just like that. Ding, ding. Now, we dropping into some Ryan Upchurch vlogs. This one's called The South Star. I'm assuming try with two eyes is what he was trying to say there. Well, see what that title has to do with. Let's just jump up in it.
You know, you got all y'all out here searching for the ancient antiquity and the ancient secret languages and all this shit. But when somebody says something that nobody has said before, that is a new idea, you attack that word.
I'm gonna assume there was a lot of shit in the comment section on that last one. Holy fuck. I can only guess. We 20 seconds in and church is like, good God, y'all.
You're scared of the word that the person is speaking. You condemn them, you call them all this shit. Well, let me tell you something. A crazy person cannot say words that connect together. A crazy person says stuff that doesn't connect together, that doesn't make any sense. That's what a crazy person does. What else does somebody say if they don't like your words? They say, oh, he's on drugs. No, you're on drugs. You're on the drug of everything you consume. It doesn't have to be an actual drug. You're on the drug of words. The wrong ones. Which is why you think everyone else is on drugs, because your brain is not firing how it used to back in the ancient times. That's why. What is in the Bible? That Jesus' own people killed him, right? Okay, well, if he had the greatest story ever that taught these amazing teachings, then why would his own people get rid of him? Because they were tricked once upon a time, and the words that he was saying scared some people to the point where they had to get rid of him. That's why the story is his own people got rid of him, because of some words. They were scared of words. So when somebody comes to you with some words on YouTube in today's age, and they tell you something new you've never heard before, instead of condemning it, why don't you just try to put two and two together and just see for yourself? That's the thing. I'm not trying to get you to believe what I'm saying. I'm trying to get you to believe what you don't say, which means I'm trying to get you to believe what you think, not what someone else thinks, not even what I think. I'm just asking you to sit down for a second and listen to what I'm saying. And before you think to be like, oh yeah, what am I going to say to him? Fuck that. What do you think for yourself after what I'm about to say in a minute? And here's something you got to understand. What if I'm sitting here bullshitting and telling you something that I don't think is true, then what am I doing here? Why would I waste this time? Anybody who knows me, who's been watching me, knows I'm not just going to get on here and make up a bullshit story for no reason. And anybody who is out here thinking, oh, well, he's just out and he has the devil.
I mean, I can say that much. Like, he's not one to sit here and just say shit to get views. Like, he's saying shit that he's passionate about. He's saying shit that's on his mind, you know?
Devil in him. No, I don't have the devil in me. The devil is in you, which is making you all confused.
I mean, just my opinion, the devil doesn't exist. Evil people exist, but I don't think the devil exists.
Look at everything I've been through in my career, dude.
I think the devil is kind of an excuse for people not to take responsibility for their own actions.
My career has been nothing but hellfire on me. And I still wake up every day and smile. Do you know why that is? I got certain artists that show up to my house. One showed up the other night. He knows who he is. This isn't nothing bad. But he sat down on my couch with me until 1 in the morning telling me, I don't understand how you're so like okay with everything. How are you so happy? Because I know the language of life. Nothing can bother me. Nothing can alter me. Nothing can stress me out and fucking start giving me a bunch of gray hair. That does not exist for Ryan Upchurch. It just don't. I think differently than you. I think differently than everybody else on the entire planet. No one thinks like me. And look, this unknown system that you don't know about is designed to condemn people.
I wonder if that's where he's talking about ACAL, but he obviously left names out for a reason. And the only reason I think that, if you guys haven't caught it, like, I literally just recorded like my reactions to ACAL stuff that is past this point. Like, I've finally caught up on all his, because his were easier to catch up on. Obviously, Church is more long form, so it takes me longer to catch up.
And people always want to point a finger at somebody in flesh and be like, it is this person's problem. It is this agency's fault. No, 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 no! It's not. That ain't how it works. How our entire world and the atmosphere of the world, aka the climate, that is not in control. Yes, listen to what I'm saying. It's not in control and it's not calm because of the words that you are letting inside your brain be true. So if you're told something that makes you frustrated and angry, you're and you go to another human and you go and now there's two of them going
Energy pays forward. Positive energy will pay forward. Negative energy will pay forward. If you put negative out in the world, and I'm just throwing what I try to follow, that doesn't mean I follow it. But, you know, I'm human. I make mistakes, bro. But that's one of the reasons why I'm just like, I want to keep the smile on my face. I want to stay positive because life's got enough negative in it.
and preaching the same exact thing. Well, if you have a big bowl of water and there's a bunch of people standing around it going, wow, 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 the water is going to be jumping and moving and doing what? Look around, making a tsunami, making a hurricane, making a bunch of random fucked up tropical storms. That is actually how the entire world really works. And like I said, don't believe me, open your eyeballs. Look where everyone is fighting and battling and arguing right now. That's where all the hurricanes are, right? Okay, well, go to Antarctica where there's nobody to speak any words whatsoever. Antarctica doesn't even have waves. It has no harsh water movement at all whatsoever. But guess what? The amplitude of where we're all at, all the is starting to make it to Antarctica and bounce back, which is why you're seeing icebergs fall off and ice melt. I know y'all have heard about the vibrations of the earth and the vibration and connecting to your chakra and all this other stuff. They give you too many words. You don't understand it. You think you got to go buy moon rocks and all this other shit. You don't. That is all absolutely fake. It's fake. It's not real. Now look, if you cut out all the bullshit words of all the chakra bullshit, then it is real. There's too many words in it. What that really is this. A long ass time ago, people did use rocks, water, and sound. How their words could do quote unquote magic things with the sound of voice. That's why the pyramids have these acoustic chambers in them. I mean, think about it. Have you ever heard a song with your ears that made you cry uncontrollably and think about things that matter in your life? Yes, you have. You still grab those songs to this day when you feel like you need them and you listen to them. And when you listen to them, it makes you feel better. Now, what do you think they done to cover that up so you don't see that? Well, they told everybody that the devil or Satan or Lucifer was the angel of music. That is a lie. No, that is a lie. He knew the art of music, just like Jesus knew the art of music, which is why they call them hymns. Hymns. Which hymn are you going to pick? Are you going to pick the hymn of light or the hymn of darkness? Now, if hymns are songs, and this character named Jesus sings good songs to make you feel good, and the devil sings these songs that makes you feel bad. Okay, well then that means he has a different scripture that he's going to sing, and he has a different scripture he's going to sing. That's two different scripts. What is a universe? That means, by definition, one script. What is these tech dudes? What are they making right now? Called a multiverse, a multi-script. Okay. Well, then what goes in the middle that is supposed to confuse everybody by a bunch of babbling bullshit? One, two, buy, bull. They are making everyone buy the bullshit. And they say, no, you're supposed to listen to the exact Bible. No, you are not. No, you're not. What do you think the story about Babylon really is? Babylon? Babylon. Go ahead, go Babylon. Somebody who's babbling on a bunch of what? Bullshit lies. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. Why do you think the devil's illustrated with two horns like a bull? Why do you think the church is like, hey, we need money, buy this? Because the bull is telling you to buy it. Bible. What else has two horns? Yes, a bull. Now look, the official art of the world has been covered up by what? Artificial stuff. Who is not the art official. It's not the official art. It's artificial. What do I mean by that? Angels. Angel. Think about this. The word angel. An angel is symbolism of you and your consciousness being higher than it ever can be. A human with a high spirit. How do you paint somebody having a high spirit? Well, back then you would give it wings to indicate they had a higher spirit. But when you look at it at a different angle, the devil's angle, they give you another flying object. Another shiny flying object that has what? It literally has no angles on it. It's a circle, dude, with no wings. No wings. That is called mocking Jesus. Jesus was an actual person in flesh. He was a real person that somehow gained this ancient knowledge to tell everybody. And nobody could explain how he's coming up with this knowledge that he's getting. And you know what? I can't explain to you how I'm doing what I'm doing, but I am. I haven't done this any time on my channel ever. It's the first time I've ever done some shit like this. But it doesn't matter. I know it's right and it feels good, and I know I'm supposed to be telling you. And you know what? This would be unbelievable, and this would be something that could easily be debunked unless I didn't do what I'd done already. Why do all my songs match what we're coming up to right now? And look, since we're on the topic of UFOs and aliens, how did I paint this over a year ago? You want to see something unexplainable? Let me show you something unexplainable.
I love him.
The first one that I painted was this one.
I feel like
it is a UFO picking up a boat out of the
But he has also done UFO ones before.
Water. This is the artificial flying circle they gave you in the sky. The second one that I painted was this one. A halo. With no land left because it got flooded. So would you like to explain this for me, since I can't do it? But I'm not questioning it. You are. That somehow gained this ancient knowledge to tell everybody, and nobody was consuming it because they just kept telling him he was wrong. When blatantly he wasn't crazy, it was connecting.
So, I see if I can gather my thoughts, because I held off because he was on a point here, right? What I will say, going back like a minute or two ago, when he talked about, how am I talking about this? Like, this isn't something I've ever done on my channel, right? The thing I like about his channel, the thing that I've always liked about watching church, and I won't claim to be the endless encyclopedia of everything he's ever made by any means. I'm a standard viewer. I'm human. I watch what I watch, and the honest truth is, until I like started holding off and reacting to stuff because he's like really been on a roll of entertaining stuff, and I like doing these reactions, right? And I like seeing, I want you guys to drop stuff in the comments. I want you guys to drop your thoughts in the comments, because that really kind of makes me feel more connected to y'all. Makes me see what your thoughts are on some of this shit, right? But anyway, the point is, he hasn't done this on his channel before, he says. But see, church has always shared his passions with us. That's where I've gotten a lot of the influence for what I do on my channel, whether it gets me views or not. Like, I'm here on top of, so the main goal of going on YouTube. I had a channel once before. It was not my material. It got taken down, right? Radio show, whole 9 yards. Some people know the story already, right? I wanted to create that passive income again. And in the process, I wanted to share shit that I'm actually passionate about, so it doesn't feel like a job. Sure, this don't get me wrong, like editing this stuff and doing different things, like different things that I do, sometimes it is a little bit of a job, because it does take discipline to like take the time to edit, to make thumbnails, to whatever, which currently, yeah, I've been busy as fuck, so you got some standard ass thumbnails, sorry. They're better than the bullshit crop that YouTube does. But anyway, the point is, I want to share my passions in the process, so it's something that I enjoy doing. And so it's something I feel like I can connect to you guys. I learned a lot of that from watching him, dude. From watching other YouTubers too, but mainly church, man. He's done any and everything that he can think of on his channel. Sure, he does a lot of music, right? But when I started watching him, he didn't really do much music. He had like RHEC, and he had fucking the first album on Cheatham County. Anyway, like all that stuff. So I remember the early days and shit, and it's something that he was just winging it, man. He was another dude. He was the epitome of YouTube. Like, I'm just gonna share y'all, the passions of, and that's what I like about this. I know some people are more professional. I know some people do higher production. I know some people do all this work to do all this production and more TV style shit. Like, sure, I might try some things like that, but that's not the main goal here. The main goal is just to like share things throughout my life with you. In this case, the passion for music, the passion for giving my opinion on things. And actually, in this case, like that's one of the reasons why I do these vlogs, is I give you my thoughts along the way, different things that I think, different insights I might have, and maybe you guys throw comments in here like, hey, I know this or I know that. That's why I encourage you guys to comment. But yeah, dude, like, church is like, I'm meant to do it. Like, he my way of taking it, my perspective is he feels the need to kind of explain, like, why am I doing this? You guys think I'm crazy and all this kind of shit. Like, dude, I love this shit. If this is what's interesting to you, this is the rabbit hole you're diving down, especially like emerald tablets and shit like that. I dove down that rabbit hole a little bit ago too when Cat Williams was talking about that shit, right? And I still, like, I want to go back and listen to that, especially when I'm spending 12-hour days doing shit. Like, I can listen to podcasts or whatever. I love listening to that shit. I love listening to books, like, learning about that shit. And sometimes I have to listen to things like 3, 4, 5 fucking times because I don't always catch everything. My mind wanders and everything else, right? You guys have seen it plenty in the videos with the rants that I go off on like this. But yeah, dude. Like, I'm all encouraging this. If church catches this particular portion, I just want to say, dude, like, do your thing. Share your passion. Share what interests you. Share what you think's gonna help us. Like, all that shit. Like, dude, that's literally been the inspiration for me in my channel. And eventually I'll get, this year I'm gonna try to make an effort to get more out and hiking and stuff like that, and starting to try to experiment with that and sharing that shit on YouTube. So, you know, that'll be, as far as my note goes, that'll be kind of where I want to go. But yeah, dude, just share everything. I'm done with it, man. We're here to watch the YouTube. You are the creator, man. Do what you got to do.
And even though it was connecting and sparking, like when you have an idea and you got a light bulb, well, back then they didn't have light bulbs. They had arcs. An idea. Noah had an ark, didn't he? Yeah. And his idea was, holy shit, these humans are acting crazy. They're acting so crazy they don't deserve to be saved. The animals deserve to be saved, not the people. That's why they call it Noah's Ark. It was Noah's idea. Together, they come up with words to save everybody and did the best they could, which is why there are still good people here today and why there are people trying to save everyone. Do you think I want to sit here and say this and frustrate myself trying to make people understand this ancient language that we all should know and deep down we do know? No, I don't want to be here doing this. We have to do this. On top of everything else I've been through in my career, do you really think that I want to sit here and do something that I know is going to make me lose followers and make people think I'm crazy? No, dude. We don't have a choice. The other two have already been trying to tell everybody, and no one is listening. Kanye West and Elon Musk. They know there's an opposite language. Why do you think Kanye wore a damn mask where you couldn't see his face, and he was telling you about Nazis?
That's right. You're not Hitler. You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also.
Because his brain is arcing. He knows what's going on. It's just really hard to put into words to make people's brains understand. One, because the language is so backwards, you have to describe it carefully. Or two, someone wants to interrupt someone. Well, if you keep entering the language that we're trying to tell you about and you're erupting it, well, gee, how do you think you got the word interrupt? And you wonder why there's volcanoes erupting. Now let's go back to these other two enlightened people that are trying to tell you something. Kanye did what he did. His name is literally Can Ye. Like, can you? Can ye? And he's telling everybody God's talking to him and no one's listening. They're saying, what? He's crazy. He's on drugs. No, he's not. God is in Kanye. He is. And he's also in Elon Musk. Now, if the old scripture says that an idea is an ark, well then, who's the most technological advanced person here? Who's the architect? Well, the one who wants to elongate your life, Elon Musk. Now, what did he just do? He knows the opposite language. That's why he said, hey, everybody, I'm going to prove the firmament is not real. And what does he do? He purposely, his shit blows up and hits this firmament, and it explodes and turns into what? A precipitation cloud, which is what? Rain. Then when his ship he just spent all this money on blows up and makes a rain cloud in the sky, everybody in the office and everything starts cheering. Why would they cheer that it blew up? Well, that sounds opposite, right? You don't cheer because something failed. No, they're all cheering because they filmed and got to show everybody that, hey, so if you don't think this God molecule's real, then what just destroyed that in front of your face? So everyone cheers that you got to see it.
Here comes, yes, number one.
For who? For yourself. So you can stop singing the wrong hymn, the wrong song, the ah. You gotta sing the you. Now, which one of those sounds good and which one sounds bad?
You did all that shit in that album, bro. Like, that was something I enjoyed so much about that fucking album.
Exactly. Show you. He showed you, well, what? You want to go explore this universe? Universe that you can't get to. Okay, well, that means there ain't no universe out there, which means there ain't no aliens. Now, what's the bigger picture of this? Well, here, I'll give you the bigger picture so you can go and look and see it for yourself. Kanye wears a mask where he can't see nothing, right? Kanye wears a mask where he can't see anything. And he's telling you about Nazis. Or is he? You don't know if that's him speaking. You can't see his face. Speak no evil. Elon says, hey, I'm going to pay a bunch of money for this space shuttle and I'm going to purposely blow it up on purpose and I'm going to make you see it for what it is. See no evil. And then the third person does what? Teaches you how to not hear evil. So you can listen to the correct hymns of your higher consciousness or higher church. Now look where I'm born. Where am I born? Music City. I'm not the devil. Yet I have golds on golds on golds on golds on platinums on double platinums. Under all this hellfire, you have to try to angle things in the correct way to cleanse yourself so you can be good for yourself and good for everything else. That's why the Tennessee, I see, the Tennessee flag has what? 3 stars in the shape of what? A triangle for me to try to get you to see a different angle of things. So when I have an idea or a arc about this, what have they already created for you to not believe me? They created an archangel who is in fact not an angel. Archangel is the devil. It's the alternative one, which is why they say the devil is the angel of music. Well, he ain't, because the devil don't sing no good songs. Why do you think these guys down here on the radio who push all this shit to you in Nashville, all these rappers and shit, they are never around me. They can't be around me. If they're around me, they don't shine anymore. They only talk about me in interviews, and what do? They mock me. Oh, he's just a little rap guy. Oh, is that what I am? Just a little rap guy? Okay. Well, I'm not the one with a church on my album cover saying, I only talk to God when I need a favor. That ain't me. And hey, everybody, I'm a lost cause. Don't worry about me, I'm just a lost cause. With a rotten apple tattooed on their face. Only the angel or angle of the light sounds good. That's why it's called enlightenment. And look at Nashville. Y'all all wonder where we came from, and people's always being like, oh, no, spit in a cup. No, I don't have to spit in a cup. I'm not as stupid as you. You don't have to be as stupid as you are. You choose to. Do you want to see the history of Nashville and what it really looks like? It is Egypt. There was 2 Egypts back in the day. There was the one you know about over there, and there was the one in the south, mainly in Nashville, Tennessee. The Egypt over there, across the water, belonged to the Romans, the people who were white with these big-ass sharp noses and attitudes. The one over here in Nashville belonged to the Indians. Shout out to all my Indian tribes in North Carolina and in Tennessee. That's who it belonged to. The Indians were having a problem over here, so us Romans came over here to help them, and we all got fucked up. Why do you think all the people that look like me, like Roman, and all the Indian tribes are just over here in the south, in the woods, minding their own business, while the world sits here and shits on us? Because we're the only ones left that know this. Why do you think they're trying to get us to change our language? Saying, oh, you don't speak proper, you don't listen. No, we do speak proper. Our language and our slang gives us the ability to sound out words to tell you exactly what they are. Because you don't know exactly what they are. Now, how do they give you a fake story of people who look like me and people who look like Indian tribes? They make up a fake story called Cowboys and Indians. We're not the cowboys. We're the warriors. They're not the Indians. They're the warriors. Their tribes have names. They're not just an Indian. And we're not just a cowboy. We'd fuck cowboys up. Listen, look at me in the eyes. A cow is a female. It produces milk. It is a girl. A cowboy is a girl boy. Do you realize that? Well, if a cow is...
I mean, I'll pause it there. To be honest with you, the cowboy thing had always kind of screwed me up. Like, because I grew up in cow country. Like, heifers and shit like that. Like, Wisconsin. Like, cows are... That's the female. And the bull is the male. Like, just weird. Why we call them all cows?
A girl. And a bull is a guy. Hello. 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 An Indian. If you speak like we do down here in the South, say Indian. Indian. In the end. Indian. Indian. There's cowboys. In the end, there's girl boys. What do they call boys who dress up like girls? A cross-dresser? A cross-dresser. What do all these celebrities do? They have to wear dresses to get initiated and stuff? Yeah? It's fucked up and weird, right? Yes, it is, because they're cross-dressing. That is to mock the word of God. A cross-dresser. Why you thinking little Nicky Hitler is wearing a dress? Why you think during World War I on the way back over here, the soldiers are putting on dresses and making fun of what? The Statue of Liberty that does not look like a girl. Would you kiss the Statue of Liberty? Or is your DNA all fucked up? Now look at the ancient folks in Egypt. They tore all their shit up. There ain't nothing to look at no more. And they say, oh, we don't know where the real Egyptian people went. We're over here. Hello. The ancient Indians, the real Indians, were nice enough to let us come over here. And they let us be over here. And they took care of us and helped hide us for this long. Our antiquity is still here. We still talk shit. Because we're still here. They're trying to get rid of us. Now look at how much Nashville, Tennessee, and Egypt over there across the world matches. And you'll see this is exactly where we're supposed to be. Because what I say yesterday, X marks the spot. What is everybody mad at us about? A flag with an X on it? That's because this is the fucking spot.
Depths of antiquity lie hidden truths. Secrets, cloaked in riddle, skillfully carved above and beneath the sands of time. The clues to uncover these forbidden truths are all around us, if we would only open our minds to see. Though constructed 2 centuries apart, Nashville, Tennessee has 2 reproductions of mythic temples, the Parthenon and Mount Meru. The symbolism does not end with mythic temples and figures. Many places in Tennessee share names with those of antiquity. Memphis, Alexandria, Athens, Carthage, Sparta, Troy, Bethlehem, Lebanon, and others. A statue of Hermes soars above the Hermitage Hotel. The downtown Presbyterian Church, constructed in 1848 by William Strickland, built in the Egyptian Revival style. The sanctuary resembles the interior of an Egyptian pyramid, and an obelisk stands in front of the grand entrance. Throughout history, there have been innumerable instances of mystical architecture being used as a means to transmit secret and often forbidden knowledge, sometimes passed through secret societies. Books can be easily destroyed. Knowledge encoded within geometric shapes, hidden symbols, and cast in stone has the potential to stand the test of time. There are missing pieces of an ancient puzzle regarding esoteric methods and symbols that have allowed historical secrets to endure, but only for a select few.
And even though us enlightened few are telling you, you're still refusing to listen. Why? I don't know. Only you know that. That's all I'll say for tonight. Any questions, I will be glad to answer any of them. Oh, and by the way, to all my Indian tribes out there in the Smoky Mountains, in Tennessee, and in North Carolina, I just want to let you know that I've seen the bison. You know what that means.
Interesting stuff, Church. Interesting stuff. The one other thing I kind of wonder, and one thought I'll leave you guys with that kind of came into my head as he's talking about a lot of this stuff and the Romans coming here and whatnot, or coming to Tennessee anyways, is I wonder if that has something to do with the Mohican shit that he's saying about. You know? Because, and I could be completely off base. I'm just letting y'all know what ran through my head as he's talking about this shit, right? The Mohican thing and the fact that if you look up the Mohicans, like, what I've come across anyways is, like, there's no factual shit to it. Like, it's supposedly a myth or whatever the fuck. You know, like, fictional. So, that's my lack of knowledge. I don't know a lot about native Indians, all that stuff in the South. But it's very curious, for sure. Very curious. Always enjoy the critical thinking, for sure. So, stay open-minded, y'all. And if y'all like this reaction video, please be sure to smash that like button down below. Thank you guys for coming, sharing, and subscribing. As always, I really do appreciate y'all being here. Be sure to check out Upchurch's page. And you guessed it, we will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.